Hi everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy coming at you with another video, and in today's episode we are going to be doing a thread for Morten self-titled albums that were not the debuts. We'll see you on the flip side. Hello everyone, Daryl the Northern Vinyl Guy, and as I mentioned, I'm going to be participating in a thread. It's been a little bit since I've made a video, but this one kind of, I've been seeing quite a few of these responses, and I thought that this one was pretty intriguing. So I'm gonna give this one a go. So thank you, Morten, for the thread idea. And yeah, I thought that this one was a really cool one. So self-titled albums that are not the debuts of bands and musicians. So before I get started, if this is your first time to my channel and you like what I have to say, you like my content, please do click that subscribe button, leave a comment down in the section below, give me some thumbs up. And for those of you that are currently continuing to watch my channel, greatly appreciate it, and as always, I thank you. So here we go. Let's get started with this video thread response. And the first three of these that I have actually have kind of a unique distinction in which they have multiple self-titled albums, but the ones that I'm going to show are not the debut self-titled albums. They're ones that kind of came later. So why don't we start off with a little bit of mellow music, 1985, Air Supply's self-titled. This one here, I don't think gained too much traction. The earlier albums that they had, especially between 1980 and 1983, had all their major hits. This one here, I believe, Just As I Am, is probably the only one that had any traction off of this. Maybe The Power of Love. But yeah, not a well-known or well-received album by Air Supply, but I got it because it's a nice copy, and I got it for cheap. I think it was like a couple bucks. And yeah, I encourage you to check it out. Next up, we are going to Canada. And I'm going to show you this band here actually has their first two albums were self-titled, and they're from British Columbia, Canada, and that is the band Chilliwack. This album here I've only shown, I think, once or twice on my channel before. Very unique cover with the, I don't know, you'd call that maybe an indigenous mask or an African mask. And when I purchased this, it is actually autographed by Bill Henderson himself from the band. This one is on the Parrot label. If I remember correctly, I think Reno. Yeah, Reno. You can see that in the track listing. Was the, I think, one of the first singles that Chilliwack ever did. Chilliwack is 1970s, 80s Canadian rock. If you haven't checked them out, definitely do. They're more known for their song My Girl Gone Gone Gone, and a few others. So yeah, give this band some love. But like I said, this is the debut album. And then a year later, so that's 1970, and then a year later, they put out another self-titled album. So this is the one that would meet the requirements of this thread. Chilliwack's self-titled album, 1971. And this one has Lonesome Mary. It is a gatefold with a very nice bit of scenery on there, but Lonesome Mary is the main single on there. Very cool. Two self-titles in a row. And speaking of Canadian musicians that decided to do a self-titled debut and then later on have another self-titled album, that is Dan Hill, mainly known for his soft rock, mellow music. This self-titled debut from 1975 did not gain much traction. Not really any singles per se. Lyrics on the inside, and there's Dan Hill himself. However, his self-titled album right here, and this one is from 1987, has all kinds of hits, at least from Canada. So Carmelia, Can't We Try, Never Thought That I Could Love. These are all top 40 hits in Canada, I believe. 1987. One of my favorite songs on here actually is the last track on here, which is called USA USSR. Not quite his soft mellow stuff, but definitely gives you some food for thought when it comes to the lyrical content of it. A little more politically motivated than I think Dan Hill usually deals with. All right, here we go. Musician that I normally don't show too often, and that is Bette Midler. This one is, I believe, 1973. In 1972, she had a debut album. I think it was called, I forget what it was called, Miss Midler or something like that. But this one has like Skylark on it, In the Mood, To Do Run Run. I mean, there's obviously some covers on here, but you know, she's very classy. Loved her in the movie Beaches, and yeah, give Bette Midler some love. Second album, self-titled. Going back to Canada, this is an album that I received from a Secret Santa, a former colleague of mine, and their album Love Crimes, I believe from 1981 or 82, had the song Innocence on it. And that's the band Harlequin. Innocence was their main hit here in Canada. I don't think they had too much traction down in the United States or elsewhere. But this is a really good album. If you have not checked this one out, give this one a shot. Good old Canadian rock music from the 1980s. This is 1984. Has Take This Heart, Keep This Fire Alive, Don't Waste My Time, Can't Turn It Off, Love in Disguise is the last track. Very cool stuff, very good, and a very nice cover of the album. So Harlequin and their self-titled 1984. How about Ann and Nancy Wilson and their self-titled album? What year is this one? Oh, 1980. I'd like to say 1985, but I could be wrong. It is 1985. But this one has What About Love and Never, These Dreams. Of course, Dreamboat Annie was their debut album there in the 1970s. But fantastic duo of Ann and Nancy Wilson. This one here, not sure what everybody's going to think, because some people refer to it as the Black Album. But when you look it up, Metallica, you look it up on Discogs, it's just the self-titled, not debut, but self-titled album, so I'm going to go with it. Those of you that are Metallica fans, you can either disagree or agree with me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is this a self-titled album, or is it the Black Album? What do you think? Enter Sandman, of course, great track. Through the Never, The Unforgiven, Wherever I May Roam. Awesome stuff, you can't go wrong there. And you can kind of see the snake hologram kind of on this. Second last one, we've got some early 1980s. This is like, it's more like talk music, not talk music, but kind of electronic, Paul Hardcastle. And this came out in 1985, and ironically, I do believe there were two other albums that were released by him in the same year, but they were released just before this. And this one has, it's a one-hit wonder track, 19, the second track there, and that's his take. It's kind of just a talk through with some electronic music in the background about what was going on in the life of a 19-year-old Vietnam War veteran. And we're going to finish this off with Little Sex Appeal. So some Samantha Fox and her self-titled album from 1987 on Jive Records. And Naughty Earls. Gotta love that one. I can't get no satisfaction. I surrender to the spirit of the night. So 1987, I think I said, yeah, 1987, and Samantha Fox. So there we have it. Morten, thank you for the thread idea. That was great. Some food for thought there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Do you know any of these musicians or these self-titled albums that were not debuts? What are your overall thoughts? And yeah, so take care, everyone. And until next time, we will see you on the next video.